All right, welcome in everyone. This is the return of Wellness Wednesday. I'm your hostess with the mostest, top badge Uma B here on the Plenty of Fish app. It is season 3, episode 1, and we have the lovely Dream Piece in the comments. Thank you. Not in the comments, we have her in the box. We have her in the box. And she's going to be talking to us today about how to thrive in Mercury retrograde. But before we get into her topic, let's have Dream introduce herself. Dream, tell us a little bit about your metaphysical background and why this topic is so important to you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Uma, and thank you everyone for being so welcoming. I'm excited to be here. A little nervous because I'm usually not on the main screen, but here we go. So my spiritual journey started about 2.5 years ago. I suffered a significant loss in my life. I lost my fiance July 28th of 2021.
Mm.
Of 2021. It's just been 2 years, and his passing, we had a very spiritual connection. This was probably the first man that had really ever showed me what love was, what life was really about, the truths of life, the things that we're taught from birth that, are, stereotypical things that you do with your children. So, you grow up like Santa Claus, the Easter Bunny, things like that. And he was also Muslim. So I got, he gave me beautiful gifts when he passed. And that's where my spiritual journey started. It was crazy. One night I was sitting here and I was just like praying to God, talking to Allah, talking to him. And like I closed my eyes and there was, I couldn't even count how many spirits were there. And it was really intense. It was really overwhelming. I didn't know how to navigate it. I was like shocked. But that's where my journey started. So that's just a little quick little background. And since then, I've continued to reach out and connect with people that are on their spiritual journey, people that I can follow, people I look up to. And I stumbled across your stream and you were talking one day and you were just giving it straight to them. And I'm like, yes, this is what I needed. I was like, amen, God, see you put her in my life, in my path. Like, so that's kind of where my journey started, and it's evolving, and I'm grateful, and I want people to be able to thrive in life, just the way I'm thriving, like with giving them the basics, letting them, formulate their own ideas, but like at least give them all the information they need to make a decision that best suits them in the path that they're on.
I love that. Right? Seeking, she said, beautiful. So let's jump right into our topic tonight because there's so much we can talk about. How many of you, let's just do a quick check. How many of you in the comments know already what Mercury retrograde is? It's a period of time that happens 3 times out of the year. How many of you put a 1 in the comments if you know what Mercury retrograde is? If you don't know and you're just here brand new and you want to learn everything, put a 2 in the comments if you have no idea what we're talking about. Okay, Seeking said 2.
I love the honesty,
Yeah,
but
because we want to know who we're talking to.
right.
I'm not new, but I don't know. Okay. All right. So we have like people who really don't know what Mercury retrograde is. So do you want to kick us off by just explaining that first? What is Mercury retrograde?
Yeah, so pretty much like she said, it happens like 3 or 4 times a year. This one is August 23rd to September 14th or 15th. Everything is within a day or two. And it's when the planets are all consecutively moving together at the same time. So it creates, depending on which planets are in retrograde, it pulls different aspects of life, I guess. And it focuses on, this cycle is, I think, is really about communication. Um, so yeah, being clear and concise with the things that you're saying, the things you're manifesting, right? Like know what you're talking about, mean what you say what you mean.
What you mean? Yeah, so Mercury retrograde does happen 3 times a year, guys. And Mercury is the planet, as Dream said, of communication, travel, technology. So when we find a planet, by the way, guys, planets don't go retrograde. It's just from our vantage point, they look like they're going retrograde. And by our vantage point and where the Earth is in relation to it, we can feel the gravitational pull in a reversed manner. So when that happens, the powers of the planet are now lessened or diminished. So if Mercury, right, is the planet of communication, travel, and technology, what do you think happens during a Mercury retrograde? Lithium said that's why I'm crazy and rich. If you were crazy and rich, just go ahead and tell me. We believe you. That's why we know you could just roll a dragon on me and
Right,
just, take me to my 18 million and just make us all happy. We appreciate
right.
you.
Get that name in the bio. Get in there. I'm saying we love that. We love
We
that.
love
You
that.
know?
We would
Yeah.
love that.
Mean what you
But
say and say what you mean. You know what I'm saying? The proof is in the pudding. The proof is in the pudding. Come on.
yeah, share the wealth. Share the wealth. We
Right.
believe in sharing here at the Lotus Lounge.
That's
So
right.
right now, this is the last Mercury retrograde of the year. And I didn't know what sign it said. You're probably right about the communication thing. And what do you think would happen? Let's talk about communication. If this planet is going backwards, this means that people are going to be more emotional than logical.
Right.
So how many of you have been fighting with people the past 2 weeks, right?
Like disagreements, not the ability to not agree on something.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is why, like, I tell people, like, if me and my partner get into it during a Mercury retrograde, I'm like, I'm not going to take him seriously. And I always tell him, don't take me seriously.
Right.
Emotions, are running. Logic is not there. It's a
Yeah.
very trying time.
Yeah.
How many of you have had travel delays, right? Like in the past 2 weeks, because Mercury retrograde is going until, as Dream said, the 15th, the 14th or 15th. So what about travel delays?
Girl, sleeping. I feel like I just can't get enough sleep. You know what I mean? That alarm goes off and I'm hitting the snooze button. Like, girl, get up and go. Elson, thank you.
I agree 1,000% because I have been affected by my sleep too. Like I just been like even coming on here tonight, I'm like, oh gosh, when is 9 o'clock? I can't wait to go to bed. So how many of you have been like sleeping more during this time period or just feeling the need to just tap out from the real world? You lost your energy, all of that,
Yeah.
right?
Time to refill the cup.
All right, here's a bigger one. How many of you have had problems with technology, whether it's your phone, your car, your laptop, your appliances breaking, right?
Work all day today trying to get on a Zoom call. It was like failed connection, failed. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna walk away. I'm gonna count to
Yeah,
10 and I'll come back to this. Like, girl,
yeah.
what is going on?
It is. It is. So this is where Lord Uma, I swear you're speaking. Yeah, you in a Mercury retrograde. You in a
Yeah,
Mercury retrograde. So a
absolutely.
lot of people, right, Dream in the spiritual community look at Mercury retrograde as a bad thing, but we're saying it's not a bad thing, right?
No, it's the ability to clean up, you know what I'm saying? To get rid of things that no longer serve you. To take inventory of self. Like, where are you going? Are these things serving your best interest? Are they taking your energy? Are they giving you energy? Um, yeah,
Yeah.
there's,
I agree with you 1,000%. I actually thrive in a Mercury retrograde because I take it as a time to slow down.
that's right.
So that's the best advice I would give you guys right now is take this moment. We have another 2 weeks of this, right?
Yeah,
Take this moment to slow down, to reflect. I like to read my old journals. I like to sleep more. I get a lot more dreams. How many of you have been having like
vivid,
really vivid dreams?
vivid dreams. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, the vivid dreams
Vision.
have been insane this retrograde for me. Usually they're not that, like, usually like I have to wake up in the middle of the night and write down what the dreams are, so then the next day I'm like, okay, yeah, that did happen. Girl, I could tell you back from Monday. Like, they have been crazy.
That's wild. So you're really like in tap and in tune with it and everything.
Just
Yeah.
that 3 hours of intense happiness. Lithium bear, love that. Love
Seeking is like
that.
here. Yeah.
Yeah. Amen.
It's a beautiful time. If you, okay, so I usually tell people don't sign contracts during a Mercury retrograde.
Everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Because
something that I touched on. Yeah, more than once. Like, don't make final decisions. Read things over, fine print, ask questions. Um, your brain is already working double time to try to keep up with Mercury in retrograde, right? Because it's tending to pull you back and you want to go forward. So there's that friction, right, of you wanting to prevail. But because of the pull of this retrograde, right, sometimes we're not in the best mental state to really absorb the things that we're reading, that we're, contracts that we're signing, people that we're talking to. um yeah.
All right. Do you guys have questions for us about Mercury retrograde? What are some suggestions you would give people, Dream, about how to handle this? You know, like Maple is saying, I feel like you're speaking about my whole life right now. So what
Mhm.
suggestions do you have?
So I just wrote a couple things here. I'm just going to kind of share with you guys. So Mercury retrograde plays tricks on perception. It basically it's saying that it affects the earth signs more, which is Virgo, Taurus, and Capricorn.
Yeah.
So it's really urging us to pay attention at our thoughts, right? To hit pause, to turn inwards, to reconsider the way we converse with both ourselves and the world around us. As Virgo takes the cosmic stage, its influence nudges us or gives us the opportunity to declutter chaos. And this is your cue to hit the reset button, recalibrate the balance, and rekindle what makes your heart glow. Um, So, these next upcoming weeks of retrograde provide a chance to rethink the way we handled situations with others. We may even find ourselves wanting to reconnect with those whom we've lost touch with in order to either make amends or gain clarity. And that clarity hit hard for me. Um, and it's crazy when you think back to it, like situations that have been happening over the past few weeks, and you can really kind of put them into categories like, okay, people resurfacing, X is coming back, like it's the pullback, right? So it's creating that friction to not let these things. The thing that I got from that was gain clarity, right? If you want to reach out to somebody, you feel like you need to give yourself that peace in order for you to keep elevating, then that's what you need to do at that time. um,
Right.
but do it in a manner in which communication is clear, right? There's no gray areas. Don't try to have a conversation with someone with no purpose, right? With no clear intention on what, and stating to them, like, I'm reaching out to you, like, hey, Uma, I know that we had a falling out last week, and I just feel like from my own piece, I need to reach out to you and make sure that we're on the same page and things are good with us, right? Like direct communication. So words of advice I kept hearing when I was like going through all this was listen before you react and think before you speak. Um, and I don't know if that resonates at all with anybody, but that was definitely something.
It does. It really does because I remember one Mercury retrograde, me and my man, we were in the house and I woke up, I was in a nap and I woke up hearing a conversation and I completely misinterpreted the conversation and I just was like, what's going on? This and that. And he was like explaining, he's like, no, I was talking about who's I used to be. He's like, you didn't hear the whole conversation. And I was like, my bad, you're right. Like, let me pull back and not get so invested in it. But I do want to talk about the exes returning because I'm a psychic. I do a lot of readings,
Go
and
ahead,
this is my
girl.
busy time. Mercury
Go ahead.
retrograde is my busy time because
That's
everybody,
right.
oh, my ex came back. Should I take him back? And I always say the same thing: no,
No, right.
but maintain contact with him because it's not a bad thing. You see, what happens is, let's say me and Dream are dating and Dream broke up with me and she left. Now in a Mercury retrograde, especially if she's Virgo Gemini, I've noticed that this really affects Virgo Geminis.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to be in her feelings. Remember, the logical mind turned off. She's more in her feelings. And she might say, you know what? I was kind of rough with Uma. Let me give her another chance. So if Dream came back to me as an ex in a Mercury retrograde, I would not get in a relationship with her during the retrograde. Why would I say that, guys? Tell me in the comments. Why would I say that? But I would keep talking to her and then wait until after the retrograde. And if she still wants to be in a relationship with me, I would jump on it. Why did I say that?
No, I love to. I never give second chances.
Um, the answer is very simple. You don't want to take somebody back during a Mercury retrograde because they're emotional. So
Right.
what happens after the retrograde when they become logical, they might dump you. And we've had a lot of experiences of that happening. People getting in a relationship and then a couple weeks later getting out of a relationship.
Yeah.
So I would say that, just wait until
Yeah.
after the retrograde. Would you agree, Dream?
100%. If you are single during the retrograde, stay single through it, girl. Work on yourself. You know what I mean? Things that you need to let go of so that you can make space. So if this person does return and you are serious about them, you then have the time, the space, the energy to be able to receive them and also to give them the same amount of love that you're receiving, right? You're reciprocating it.
Very true. Very
So
true.
it's cool.
So if you guys have any questions about Mercury retrograde, about what you're going through right now, please feel free to put it in the comments. Please feel free to request the box. we're opening it up for you guys to just come and have a chat with us, you know. Lithium said, I need a Libra. I have a Libra man. He's a triple air and he's
Oh,
amazing.
that's a yeah. That's a score.
It's
That's
a
a
score.
score.
Do you guys do Myers-Briggs? I was just telling his mom this today because I was like, what is the chances, right? I'm INFJ in Myers-Briggs, which is the rarest personality type in the world. It's like 2% of the personality types. My man is ENFJ, which is another rare type, 5% of the world. So what is the chances of two rare people finding each other?
That's too. You must have. Did you know? Can I just really off topic? But did you know when you first seen him, you were like, "Damn, like that's the one." Like, did you? Was that?
No.
Did you have that connection? Really? Okay.
Absolutely not. I told my friends, I'm gonna date this guy. He's younger than me. He looks fun. I'm just gonna have fun with him, and then it'll be over in a couple months. But
Couple
he kind
months.
of stuck around. He because once I got to know him, I had a judgment of him.
Yeah,
Brooklyn thug, all of that. But once I got to know him, he's really sweet and amazing. So I was like, wow, this
yeah,
is
he is. He's like, yeah. When I
yeah,
seen the first time I seen him, I was like, oh, he's like a big teddy bear. Like rough
yeah.
around the edges, but soft on the inside.
Very, very
Really
soft.
love
People don't
that.
get to see that. That's good that you saw that because people don't get to see that.
Yeah, you guys, when you were at the wellness thing together and he hopped on, like I was like, yo, that's not real love right there. You know what I mean? She was like, babe, can you just hop in real quick? And he was like, I'm here. What do you need? You
Yeah,
know?
he always and he
Um,
loves jumping in my streams. If I'm streaming TikTok or here, he loves jumping in my stream. He's streaming right now, so
um, so I think that's yeah what I was gonna say. So the communication crisis, right? Bringing up unresolved dramas from your past was another thing I struggled with Mercury in retrograde. Um, you like reflection, right? Looking back on journal entries and things that you've written.
yeah.
Um, and I think that's where the communication came in for me, right? Was like being able to articulate the way that I was feeling and figuring out where that emotion was coming from. Because again, you're not thinking logically, you're thinking emotionally. And I'm a Cancer, right? We're emotional gangsters. Like this is how
Oh,
we do. So when this comes
yeah.
around, I feel that immensely, and I've learned through my journey how to like kind of stop and take a step back and trying to take when you take the emotion out of it. Um, Although it's hard, sometimes you need somebody else to talk you through it as well. But when you're able to take the emotion out of it, you're gonna get the answer that you need. Notice I said need and not want because 50 we'll go 50-50. Okay, we'll go
Right.
50-50. When you take the emotion out of it, you get down to the logic, you get the answer that you're looking for. So should I get back with this person, right? Speaking of the devil, you know
I
what I'm
know we
saying,
were
the little
just talking
pop-up,
about
we
you,
love
baby.
that. Rose,
Hey,
hello,
you know
how
what's
are you?
crazy? I like when people call me the devil. It makes me seem so gangster.
The
But
emotional gangster. You must have
at
cancer in your
first,
chart somewhere. Where you at?
was just
Where's
like,
our
yo,
emotional water signs?
if y'all in the room, y'all favorite my beautiful woman, please and thank you. Favorite the guest. Shout outs to y'all. Welcome back to the show. Show just started yesterday. We in Sakwe.
Thank you, baby.
And the manners, Uma, the please and thank you. I mean, can you stand it?
I just
Can
screaming.
you
All
stand
right,
it?
go. I apologize. Go ahead. That's what happens in my household. It's just,
I love that. No, we love that though. It's organized chaos. You know what I'm saying? We all live for that. We love a little organized chaos. And then I kind of touched on the signs. I really like indulged in this because I feel like I needed to understand other people's perspectives and things that they're also going through, right? Like when
yeah.
you're connecting spiritually with people, you want to be able to relate to them, although the scenario, the story may be different, but the end result or the feelings are the same, right? So when you're able to relate with someone with something that someone has gone through, right? It may be a different scenario with different people, but you have the same understanding. And I think that was big for me to gain this time around, was to try to feel out, the whole ball field and see like what other people are going through and what their struggles are. Because I notice on here, especially when we have the full moons and the retrogrades, like the energy gets really intense and people can be really nasty on here. So, and that was another thing that drove me back to Uma's site, was that she accepted everybody. It didn't matter. It didn't matter when people were, running their mouth or trolling other people. Like there's limits to it. So I think that it's super important when we go through these cycles to kind of understand what other people are going through. And you don't necessarily have to go by signs, you know, it's just something that makes it a little bit easier where you can identify clear communication again, that this is this person's sign. And okay, their pull right now is, you know, they have exes coming back. They're, you know, they're really funneling through, or maybe they're rekindling with someone, or some, you know, they're evolving in their relationship. Like it, you know, it looks different for everyone, but at the end, we're all striving for the same result. And that's what I love about spirituality is it doesn't matter your background, your race, your ethnicity, what language you speak. It doesn't discriminate. It loves. And that's there's nothing more real than love, you know, that real genuine love. Okay, let's put it that
I
way.
agree 1,000%. And yes, lithium, I love Buddhism. I'm a follower of the yogic path. It's very similar to the Buddhist path. You know, we have the 10 principles, yamas, niyamas, all of that. And it's all about like just being a good human being. And that's
Right.
how I live my life is exactly what you're saying, be a good human being. So
Be
did
it.
you get like a printout or something about how this Mercury retrograde is affecting each of the signs?
So I kind of did a little research. I put my own little synopsises together. Okay.
Okay.
So I'll read a few really quick and we'll see. You want to drop your signs in the comments, and that way we don't have to go through all of them. We can kind of
Or
just touch on.
let's ask, what's your first sign you have?
So the first sign I had was, I think it was Aries.
All right, Aries, if you're in the building, put a one in the comments because if you're not in the building, we will skip over you and go to the next sign. All right, BN is here. Let's go.
There it is. Okay. So, Aries, are you lacking organization, forgetting meetings, missed appointments, being late to work? Maintaining discipline will be hard in this cycle, so you must take control of your daily objectives and try to implement them little by little into your life to maintain that balance and find order. It's time to take a look at the habits you rely on and the routines that you carry through your day. Are they bringing you a sense of accomplishment? It's time to rethink the methods, regimens, and rituals that you live by. This retrograde wants to help you work on becoming more streamlined in the way you go about your day to day life.
Does that resonate, BN? Well, she'll
Hopefully.
let us know. All right, what's her next sign?
Yep.
She's
Okay,
Gemini. Thank
perfect.
you. That was accurate.
Thank you. Being Anne, I love that for you. Like, stay strong, girl. We got this. So the next sign I had was Taurus. So a blast from the past. Mercury retrograde could bring back friends, lovers, and situations from the past. These returns are not to necessarily pull you back. They are here to show you how far you've come. And I love that. That line right there just
I know any Tauruses in the building, but it's good because we're recording this to YouTube, so I'm pretty sure Tauruses on YouTube are going to be very happy.
screams
Oh, Queen is
savage.
a Taurus? I didn't know you were. You see, you're an Earth sign like me. Wonderful.
Yep.
All right, what's our next sign?
So the next sign we have to after that is Gemini.
Any
Where my
Geminis in the
Gemini's
building?
at?
Okay, okay, Earth sign. All
Queen
right,
Savage,
lithium,
did that
Gemini.
resonate with you? All right. So Geminis, here we go. You might find yourself a touch more sensitive as it's lighting up the home, family, and security zone in your chart. This might make you prone to confusion or emotional turbulence. You could doubt your feelings and struggle to pinpoint source. That's what I was talking about. Find the root of that emotion. Your best move here is to lean into your emotional support system. Trust those you have in your corner. And that's big right there. Keep things steady, embrace opportunity to step back and take a bit and savor the slow pace, giving yourself a break. Reflecting on your past isn't a bad thing, but remember there's a whole present and future ahead of you.
All right, how does that resonate, Gemini?
I only have my coworkers, I embrace them. Lithium, if that's who you have in your corner and they are strong people, keep them there because they're hard to come by.
That part. All right, who's next?
They are my family now. I love that. So we have cancers next. Where are my cancers at? I know I'm not the only one in here. Come on, come on.
And we do have a couple of Cancer people too. That's funny. All right. You say we want to hear what's coming up for you.
Perfect. Oh boy, was it right. So it says you're in for a bumpy ride during this retrograde. With Mercury retrograde happening in the domain of communication, intellect, and day to day processes, Remember to think before you speak. It could bring up conversations that didn't end on the best note. Prepare for people who have ghosted you or suddenly reply to messages that have been there. Here's the game plan. Be intentional. Think of it as crossing every T and dotting every I. Um, Focus on them. Confirm plans well ahead of time. Always seek clarity, especially if something is confusing you. No assumptions, just understanding. Whether business or personal matters, ensure you're crystal clear about your expectations and needs.
Oh, thank you, Lily. Could we just run back Gemini? Lily, we're talking about Mercury retrograde. This is my girlfriend, my sis, and we are in a Mercury retrograde, Lily. So it's like very toxic right now, a lot of arguments, people fighting with each other, whatnot. And it goes until September 14th. So Dream was just like going through each of the signs and telling us how this Mercury retrograde is going to affect us. So would you please like repeat Gemini just really quickly for
Absolutely, for
Lily?
sure. All right,
Gemini.
so Geminis, you might find yourself a touch more sensitive as it's lighting up the home, family, and security zone in your chart. This might make you prone to confusion or emotional turbulence. You could doubt your feelings and struggle to pinpoint source. Your best move here is to lean into your emotional support systems, trust those you have in your corner, keep things steady, embrace the opportunity to step back a bit and savor the slow pace, giving yourself a break. Reflecting on your past isn't a bad thing, but remember, there's a whole present and future ahead of you.
How does that fit, Lily? She said, thank you. All right, let's keep it moving. I know you got a bunch to go through. I'm sorry. That was my sis. I had to bring
Oh,
that
I
up.
love that. No, I love that. I'm glad it resonates because I was like trying to put it, we'll get into after. Okay, so the next one I have is Leos. Do we have any
Ooh.
Leos in the building?
I am recording this and I will send it to King. King is my friend and he is a Leo, and I'm
Perfect.
pretty sure he'll be happy to see it.
Okay, so Leos, you've been going through an intense internal changes lately. This may mean your relationships and self image have been going through a major overhaul as you reassess what you value in life. Mercury retrograde, it will cause you to reflect on your self worth, spending habits. It may leave you feeling like you have a need for something that you can't satisfy. It's also challenging you to rethink what you're choosing to align your values with. This retrograde will give you extra time to gather your bearings before you head into the future, so take your time.
That's wonderful. I'm going to definitely make sure to send this recording to him so he can listen to it. All right. Who else is next on your list?
We have Virgos.
Oh, do we have any
We're the
Virgos in
Virgos
the
now.
house? Put a one in the comments if you are a Virgo. Hi, Thick. Okay, Elston. All right, this is for you. How
Here we
Mercury
go.
retrograde is going to affect you.
Slideshow. All right, so for Virgos, with Mercury retrograde taking place in your sign, it's like a cosmic reunion with yourself. Time to dive back into your identity and reconnect with the version of yourself that you resonate deeply with, the one that you aspire to be and show the world. Patience could be elusive, focus might waver, and little things others say might get under your skin. Remember, patience is your ally. Don't overburden yourself. Make me erase making that
How,
moment.
yeah, how does that fit for you, Virgo? Oh, you know this. He's like, listen,
The
listen,
patience.
don't
Yeah,
put my business out here.
the patience. It's the patience. Don't overburden. I feel like, when people, Capricorns tend to do it, life already has challenges, but they tend to add challenges. And I'm like, girl, you didn't get, saying knocked down enough. You want another one? Like, okay, okay.
I need you to stop talking, please. I need. I'm a Capricorn. I'm a Capricorn.
Oh no. Okay, well, we're exempt. You're exempt,
No,
exempt.
it's true. You're 100% right. I don't. My man always says, he's like, why do you make work for yourself? He's like, what, do you not know how to relax? And he's like, I'm here to teach you how to relax.
I love that. Go, Rose. Get in there, King. Tell her. You know what I'm saying? Challenges are already hard enough, Queen. You know what I mean?
He's always like, you gotta relax. I'm like, damn, okay. Welcome in, everybody. We're doing Mercury retrograde. We're talking about Mercury retrograde and how it affects your sign. If you want to drop your sign in the comments, let us know. But who is next after?
We have Libras. Any Libras in the building?
That's my man. I can't wait to hear how this is going to affect
Ooh,
him.
okay. All right. So this Mercury retrograde might dial down your energy a bit. Lower energy levels means you've got the chance to sit back, reflect, and rethink how you've been spending your energy. During this retrograde, buried emotions might resurface, and that came up. That was heavy for the Libras, might I say. Listen to your body and honor your circadian rhythm. Don't push yourself too hard or pile on too many commitments. This is a period for shedding those layers that don't serve you anymore. And I love that for all you Libras, because that is
We could tell. That's exactly. Are you Libra too thick?
a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, that's been happening for him actually. He's just really, yeah, moving ahead.
Yeah, that's amazing though. Like, and it's even more beneficial that he has you by your side, to kind of coach him through that. Like, for real. Like, see, that's that, y'all. Love them, okay? Come on. How can you not? No, I'm Scorpio thick. Well, you better listen up, because here we go with the Scorpios. Any other Scorpios in here?
Any other Scorpios besides thick? We like to learn the signs, guys. We like to learn the signs. And I appreciate you doing all of the, all of them because we're gonna post this. So
Absolutely, yeah. Well, I was like, I don't know, how long is a half hour on paper? And I'm like, you know what? I'd rather have way too much than not enough. So
we'd rather you have way too much. You're
yep.
fine. You're good.
Okay. So Scorpios, never wants to be a ghost. You've been on a roller coaster lately with intense energies. This retrograde is shaking up things in the realm of not only long-term goals but dreams, and how they fit and how you fit into those grand schemes of society. You'll gain a clearer perspective on where you belong and how the changes you've gone through coincide with your aspirations. Stay open to change and remain flexible. It was the clear perspective for me on that one. Where you belong and how the changes that you have made or the changes that you have gone through, how they have helped you to where you are today. Like, Scorpios, I love that for you.
Did you like it thick? Does it resonate? Yeah, she did.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Thick, sending you all my love and prayers, Queen. Many changes. Okay. Well, we're praying for a speedy recovery.
All right. Who's next?
So the next one we have is Sagittarius. I think this is the last one. Oh no, we have two more. Do we have any Sagittariuses in here?
I'm a Sag rising, so I definitely would like want to take a listen because I'm Sag and then Capricorn, which is your next two.
All right.
And then you got Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, right?
Yep. Yes. Bingo. All right. So Sagittarius, this Mercury retrograde could put a little pause on your progress. Watch out for work-related miscommunications and heightened sensitivity. Ensure that your pursuits align with long-term stability. It's all about prioritizing what brings lasting stability, even if it means letting go of others' expectations. While this period might make you question your direction and purpose, it's also an opportunity to reconnect with your core aspects that define your sense of security.
Wow. I mean, I'm a Sag rising, and I gotta say that is very on point. So I'm curious to hear what is any Sages in here, any Capricorns in here? Because we about to move into the Capricorn energy too.
There we are, moving steady and strong.
I broke my arm in a Mercury retrograde. But you know what's crazy is like I had this in a cast, in a half cast, because I broke it last Tuesday, that my elbow. And today I went into the doctor and I'm not wearing a cast anymore. It took me a week. Reiki,
Wow. That's amazing. A week, Uma?
The doctor was like, "You're supposed to be in this for 6 weeks." And I was like, "I'm not."
She's like, "I'm good. I'm out. You see, I did my homework. I knew what I was supposed to do."
Yeah, when he saw the wrapping, he's like, "They wrapped you like this from the hospital." I said, "Actually, it was itching, so I took it off and then I gave it a shower and then I started doing Reiki and every now and then I would wear it. I just would put it back on, but
Right. Just so you have it.
my arm prefers
That's
to be out.
amazing,
Yeah.
girl. So y'all, if you have not tapped in with Uma or favorited her, please make sure y'all favor her, show her love. Like this woman is a miracle worker. She really is. I'm
Same
telling
on
you,
Dream
man.
Piece. Hit her with the fave. She's giving us
What,
so
what,
much valuable information. Seeking, I hope
mhm.
you're going to be my guest next week. You guys are going to love Seeking. Her energy is amazing. And I hope we can come up with a topic for next week, Wednesday, Seeking.
Yeah, for
Hi,
sure.
BK.
That
All
means
right, let's hear for Capricorn.
getting into our Capricorn. So Mercury retrograde brings an opportunity to nurture your growth and reshape world views in an incredibly positive way. This transit is like a cosmic coach, urging you to release that stubborn grip and be open-minded and or letting go of that my way or the highway stance. It's all about unlocking your mind and embarking on fresh ventures.
That is so 100% correct. Like, because the one thing I love about my man is that he has shown me I really am controlling. I had no idea I was controlling, but like that Capricorn energy, just get
Oh,
it
yep,
done.
yep.
And I'm just like learning to let go and just go with the flow and be a little bit more relaxed. So thank you for that. It makes me feel like I'm on the right path.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, for sure. And that's what it is. It's really just, it's like a self assessment, right? And when you have someone there that can give you good, valid, honest advice, in a loving way, again, communication. It's all about the way you
Okay,
approach it, you present it to somebody.
great.
So next we have Aquarius.
Do we have any Aquarius in the
Any
building?
Aquariuses?
Jay, welcome back. We've missed you. We were talking about you just today. All right, so go ahead for Aquarius.
Controlling. All right, so with Aquarius, Mercury retrograde could be a game changer for you. It's like a cosmic flashlight illuminating the nooks and crannies of your personal connections. This retrograde urges you to embrace vulnerability and express yourself more openly. Let go of what's holding you back from deeper connections.
Ooh, Aquarius, it's your time to shine.
That's right.
Oh, your mom was sick. We were worried about you, Jay. And I literally asked Eli today, I'm like, have you heard from Jay? He said no. But with me, I don't like to bother people because sometimes you need a break from the app.
Yeah.
So I was literally like, if I don't hear from Jay today, tomorrow I'm gonna hit him, and here he is.
There, see, look
So
at summons.
yeah, I
Jay,
hope
prayers to your mom.
yeah, I hope she feels well. All right, so now I think we're on Pisces, right?
Please, yes. And these got a little bit short. Oh no, maybe I didn't shorten it. I was like, oh, how much is I writing? All right, Pisces, here we go. The last one to kick it off. And thank you again, Uma. I appreciate you. So
Absolutely.
this retrograde is poised to shed light on your relationships. You might experience some communication hiccups where getting your point across feels like navigating a maze. Plans or agreements you've been hoping to finalize with others might hit a delay. Grant yourself the gift of taking it slow and steady when it comes to moving relationships forward. It's all about picking ones that scream quality and balance. If personal relationships hits a speed bump, hold off on jumping to conclusions. A little patience while you figure things out.
That's pretty beautiful. Thank you so much, Dream, for going through each of the signs for Mercury retrograde, for your beautiful talk on Mercury retrograde. This
Thank
brings us
you.
to the end of our Wellness Wednesday. But before Dream goes, do you guys have any questions for her, whether it relates to Mercury retrograde or just anything else that you would like to ask Dream? And Dream, can you give us some information? Because people are in the room here, and then we're also going to post this to YouTube. So can you let people know how to get in contact with you if they just wanted to follow up with conversation?
Absolutely. So if you click on my name, my Instagram is in my bio. It's right there. That's the best way to get in contact with me. Send me a message. Because the screen names tend to be different from here to there. So just like put what your name is on here so that way I know who you are. But that's the best way is through the Instagram. And I made it specifically for that reason. So I check it on the regular. I'm always
Perfect.
up to chat life mysteries. Look and Mary, love that. Me and my tin hat. So yeah.
So there you go. That brings us to the end of Wellness Wednesday. Thank you so much, Dream, for being here and being our speaker. I'm just going to stop the recording for YouTube. YouTube, now you know, all right, how to get in contact